Hello, everyone. Welcome to another special webinar brought to you by Lamp AccuWellness Foundation, Inc. Um, this is the first of a series, first of five, hypertension, management, and prevention. We shall be discussing both TCM and Western approaches. And we are very fortunate to have with us one of the very few students or practitioners who are so enamored with her learnings. No? And because I always believe that if you put into practice what you have learned right away, then you will be able to save more lives. Okay. Good afternoon, Mom Trix.
Good afternoon, Doc. Good afternoon, everyone.
Wow. Thank you for joining and trusting us. Okay. Let's go to the first question. Um, what do you call that amount of pressure in the arteries during contractions of the heart? No? So when the heart contracts, you measure this amount of pressure in the arteries. In fact, we use this to determine myocardial infarction or stroke. So if this figure is very high, then you have to be ready. What is your answer, Mom Trix?
Yes. Systolic.
Very good. So I think everyone is familiar, systolic, diastolic. Now you should know the difference. Of course, the next question would be diastolic. Number two, what do you call the amount of pressure in the arteries between heartbeats?
Diastolic.
Yes, diastolic. So between contractions, you measure the amount of pressure in the arteries. That's the pressure is called diastolic pressure. Now let's differentiate. We have what we call primary hypertension, and we also have secondary hypertension. So what is the difference?
Primary, doesn't, there's no cause for ID. The secondary is cause is known.
So, yeah, you were correct. In primary, that's why it's called primary. We don't know the cause, no? But it's called also essential hypertension. For me, it's not essential. Secondary hypertension, we know the cause. The causes could be the use of estrogen. So for those who, especially those people who want to have transformed, they use a lot of estrogen. And
Taking
then you
estrogen.
have renal disease. No? Okay, so I think you know the reason. And when you have pathology in the renal blood vessels, renal vascular pathology. So kailangan talaga magpa-acupuncture. Then we have Cushing syndrome. What is Cushing syndrome? Okay, this happens when the body is has too much of the hormone called cortisol for a long time, no? So what causes this? Too much cortisol. Okay, you may be
Stress.
too much cortisol, yeah, stress, or you're taking medicines called glucocorticoids, which affect the body
Mm.
in the same way as cortisol, no? And too
Mm.
much cortisol kasi can cause some of the main symptoms of Cushing syndrome. So how does somebody with Cushing syndrome look like? Have you seen people with a fatty hump dito sa between the shoulders? Malaki yan dito.
Yes. I think they call it dowager's hump.
Ay, wow. So, di ba? So, hindi ko alam yun na. Nakalimutan ko na. Yeah. So,
I
I'm
think
sure.
I can remember. Parang alam ko dowager's hump.
Yes,
Yung
those.
parang
Um,
fatty,
and
fatty,
then,
ano.
yeah, the face is rounded. So, bilog. Imagine nyo,
Mm.
a very big hump there. A
Mm.
fatty siya between the shoulders. And then
Fatty
the
siya.
face is round. And then when you look at the
Mm-mm.
skin, you will see some stretch marks, no? Pink or purple stretch marks. So
Yeah. Tapos yung head niya parang naka-forward
Ay,
ng
sumikilala ka,
konti.
madam.
Hindi, madaming kasing ganun eh, napapansin ko. Like, I noticed them.
Yeah. Actually,
Madami.
yeah. So, meron akong, yeah, sa Cebu kasi, nagpapadala sila kagad ng mga itsura ng mga pasyente before okay, so, may pinakita mukha, wow, talagang mukhang ang laki bilog na bilog yung mukha. Tapos, there's some, you could really see, even if it's front view lang. No? And
Mm-hmm.
when you have Cushing syndrome, it can cause high blood pressure. Not only that, it can cause bone loss. Sometimes, it can also cause diabetes, type 2, no? So when we treat the Cushing syndrome, you can also lower the cortisol levels of the body and you improve the symptoms. So the sooner you start the treatment, the better the chances of recovery. So siguro, when you are too stressed, when you are like taking medications that, tatawag na glucocorticoids or steroids, no? You should be able to already see a practitioner of acupuncture. Okay, number 4. In Chinese medicine, we classify hypertension in terms of what to yeah,
Symptoms.
yes.
Headache and dizziness.
So very vague, no? It may look very vague, but these are actually very important. And I just realized na napaka-importante pa na nito because there are in my mind, in my siguro mga 7 patterns. Well, you have headache and
Mm-hmm.
dizziness. So, huwag i-ignore to. In fact, we would recommend everyone who has a clinic to actually have both the digital BP apparatus and the manual. No, we shall also teach that when we go to Cebu. And menu, by the way, kasama din po ito sa ating mga assessment here, the lectures. Now let's go to patterns. The first one is very, very common. In fact, to my knowledge, this is
Mm-hmm.
the number one cause, no? So you have headache, dizziness. So as usual, andun si headache and dizziness. Plus, may tinnitus. The face and eyes are red. The patient is irritable, short-tempered. Then you ask, bitter taste the whole day. Dark, scanty urine, constipation. So this is where TCM diagnostics comes very, very handy, no? So when you look at the tongue, it would be red with dry yellow coating. So ito pa lang, heat na, no? It's actually fire already. And then when you feel the pulse, particularly on the left one, it's going to be wiry. But the rest of the pulse would be like rapid and forceful. Yun. What is the
It's
pattern here?
liver fire excess.
Wow. Okay. Yes. So, sa bitter taste pa lang, nalilisik, pula yung mga mata, it's already a given. Huh? Okay. What is your treatment principle? What do you do?
We clear and purge, pacify the liver, and subdue the yang.
Okay. So, in other words, you have to detox, no? Sedate, pacify the liver, or tone down, and also you have to subdue the yang. So that means you have to put out the fire. So since the liver causing fire, then you have to do something about the liver. Okay, we go to another pattern. This is also very common. Dizziness and headache. The patient will have heavy sensation, but of the head, not of the body. There will be weak lower extremity, weakness and soreness of the lower back. So that's very kidney, very, very, di ba? Tinnitus, palpitations. Okay. when you have symptoms like this, okay, if you take a look closely, on the tinnitus, the palpitation, so you will be looking at kidney and heart, diba? So um, it may be redundant if you say kidney and heart already, because we all know that the heart and kidney communicates with each other. So um, you might opt to just give us the general pattern, no? And of course, the very classic five-center heat and the insomnia, no? The insomnia here probably would mean the patient would wake up like several times during the night, no? Um,
Mhm.
so when you look at the tongue, it is red with very, very thin coat, or almost gone siguro, no? And also the pulse is wiry and thready. Now, the thready here is more leading, because when you say thready, it actually speaks a lot about the blood and yin, di ba? Mm. So that means it's so kulang, it's so deficient. Okay? What is your pattern here, madam?
Yin deficiency with hyperactive yang.
Wow. Okay, very good. Any comments from? Okay, yin deficiency is because you have five-center heat, you have insomnia, and then the heart and
Mhm.
kidney, no? Do you agree? Heart and kidney, tinnitus and palpitations. And another kidney symptom would be the lower back, no? And weak lower
Yes.
extremity, yon.
Yes.
And then the heavy sensation here of the head could probably be brought about by the uncontrolled yang. So when you have yin deficiency kasi, the yang will be unrestrained, no? Okay, and of course,
Mhm.
on top of the list would be dizziness and headache. Okay, Mom Tricks, what do you usually expect the patient to be doing? Like if they have dizziness and headache, do they check the blood pressure right away?
No.
Okay, di ba? Are you guilty of that also?
Yes.
So before you leave the house siguro, no? Especially ngayon, it's so mainit. Parang I think we are
But
expecting
I usually check my pulse pag okay pa.
oh, the
I
devotion.
regular,
I thought you were
regular
going
na
to
nag-check.
say you usually the pulse, and then you check your tongue every day, di ba?
Yes, I check them
Yeah.
every.
So for those people whose tongue is wala ng coating and it's red, then you have to be very careful. You should never go out under the heat of the sun. Good luck. Okay. What is the treatment principle here?
We nourish the yin and subdue
Of
the
course.
yang.
Yeah, so how do we know that we are nourishing the yin already, or the yin is already being replenished? We would expect the coating to be forming, di ba? Yun, di ba? Nagkakaroon na ng thin white coating, hindi yung wala na wala. So expect an improvement. So from thin, nagiging thicker siya ng konti. Although it should not be thick. That's another story. Then you have to subdue the yang. Okay. Next, dizziness and headache
Mm.
again. But this time, the patient is an empty sensation. Alam niyo itong empty, this is so, so significant, no? Yung parang walang laman loob. Cold, weak, cold, weak, and numbling. So, sa cold pa lang, I think meron ka ng idea anong pattern, no? So, it's
Mm.
definitely yang deficiency. Heel pain. Heel pain is very kidney. Do you agree? Yeah.
Yes.
And possible edema of the legs, palpitations, SOB. Ito, seminal emission. Magtataka ka, mga lalaki na, lumalabas kahit walang, no? Nilalabasan. That's very yin deficiency. And also diarrhea, yang deficiency, no? So we would be looking at a combination. So the tongue would be pale or red with a thin coating, and the pulse is deep, weak, and thready. So the weak pa lang dito is already leading. At saka deep, that means it's very, very interior, no? Thready. So I think you already know this is the clue for deficient yin or blood, most likely yin. Kasi I think pag thready na siya, it's like last na siya, di ba? Kasi when you say blood deficiency pa lang, meron pa siyang next, right? Because blood falls under the realm of yin, right? So what is your diagnosis here, madam?
It's kidney yin and yang
Yes.
deficiency.
So we have okay, but usually the one would be more predominant than the other. But again, both are present, as you can see. Now, what is your treatment principle here?
We replenish yin and assist the yang.
Yes. Yeah. So we replenish what is lacking, and then we also improve the yang. You assist the yang. Okay, another pattern. Dizziness pa rin and headache siguro. Dry eyes, okay. Now this one. This is very, very important. If you have dry eyes, so this is very liver yin deficiency, no? Pag sinabing blurred vision, that's very liver blood deficiency. But this one is more, parang mas malala na to, no? So, syempre, so, then the tinnitus would be soft. Soft lang siya. So that means, hindi siya yung ano, yung parang high-pitched. Then we have sore and weak low back and knees. So this is very kidney. Dream disturbed sleep. Again, this is very liver, no? Liver and heart. Night sweat. Oh, okay. This is a clue, no? Night sweat. Di ba, Madam Doc She, no? Oh, remember night sweat, huh? Numb limbs. Numb limbs, that's very liver. Diba? So when you look at the tongue, it's red with scanty coat. The pulse is deep, thready, or rapid. So what is your answer?
It's liver and kidney yin deficiency.
Do not be surprised that most of the patterns would be a combination. So it really requires a lot of skill, no? So we need exposure talaga. Kasi for me, if you don't know the diagnosis, how can you give the patient the right treatment? Diba? So the treatment principle.
We nourish the liver and kidney yin.
Yes. And we all know for a fact that the liver and kidney, they have a mutual relationship, no? So if one is undernourished, the other also is undernourished. Ganun lang yan. So they have to help each other. Next, dizziness and headache with heavy, cloudy sensation. So this time the whole body is heavy and possible stuffy sensation. So that means ang dami mong laman sa loob. Diba? Yung parang mo gusto mo ilabas. Then there's this stifling sensation in the chest. Yes. Palpitations, poor appetite, and nausea. Okay. So, pag palpitations niya, that means this pattern has already affected the heart, no? It has probably agitated the heart already. So the tongue is pale or flabby with thick, white, greasy coat. So this one is a giveaway, no? White, greasy coat, white. And the pulse is wiry or slippery. So our pattern is,
Turbid damp.
yeah, or phlegm, no? Phlegm na yan siya. So parang, this is the worst version of the dampness. Okay, so, yeah, but, yeah, flabby yung tongue. Okay, treatment principle.
Dry dampness, transform phlegm and calm wind.
Okay, so definitely it's either turbid dampness or phlegm. I think, or phlegm. I think to be more accurate, it's phlegm agitating the heart already kasi may palpitation na. Pero ang mind pa naman intacto pa. Diba? Okay, so do you try the dampness?
Misting the heart.
Oo, missing the
Yun ba
heart.
yun? Misting.
Parang mine yata. Mine. Or ano,
Misting the
obstructing the
phlegm.
orifices. No? Yung ganun. Siyempre, alam naman natin that dampness can actually impair the circulation. Okay, transform the phlegm. Actually, this is so difficult to treat, no? So you'll be looking at probably
Yes.
2 years. So kailangan mo talaga,
Salamat
the patient should really like you for the patient to really come back and di ba? And kaya nga, I always emphasize now, we need to teach our patients how to look at their tongue. Oh,
Mhm.
just like one patient, sabi niya, tuwang-tuwa siya, like, ang iba talaga yung tongue niya. Sabi ko, you have to see me because baka ano lang yan. Baka, so tuwang-tuwa siya. You could really see the happiness. So that is one way of really keeping your patients. Now, let's go to acupuncture. So these are the general points for hypertension. So here, ako naman, since I am so biased with ear, kasi nga,
Mhm.
we're developing a new trend, and that's probably the reason why the Rotarians, they find it intriguing. Actually,
Yes.
somebody was like having her face, she was so happy because you could always see her face, pinopost niya sa My Day. Yun. Pero hindi niya sinasabi nagpapap-aculift siya. But you could really see that the lines are gone. Third session, take note. And then,
Yeah.
he was so excited. So, lamdam mo talaga. And kaya nga I'm excited.
What's the interval? Every when?
Once every week.
Once a week.
Yeah. She came to me because of her hypertension and um, insomnia, no? It would
Mhm.
take, and also for her right shoulder pain,
Mhm.
ano siya, lumalala siya pag malamig, no? So it's frozen.
Mhm.
Sabi,
Frozen
hindi niya
shoulder.
hindi niya maabot yung kanyang um, kasi it's like this. Now, if you cannot reach the opposite shoulder, the scapula, that's the SI is involved, small intestine. Now, if you cannot raise your arm, the lungs are involved, diba? And then if you cannot put your ito ganito sa opposite shoulder mo, that's large intestine. So it's definitely bladder and SI. So happy siya, no? So for the first time, sarap ng tulog niya. That was first session. So na-convince ko na siya for the kasi gusto na niyang so ganun lang talaga. Oo, so wag mo ipilit, wag mo ipilit kasi alam mo na medyo because her husband is a lawyer. So I had to be very careful. I don't take pictures, she takes pictures all the way. Sabi ko, madam, we don't post anything.
Mm-mm.
So we became good friends, and she decided to invite us for a talk, and she was so excited to know about the foundation because board na board na daw sila yung puro mga pinagbibigay ng mga yung check-up.
Mm-mm.
So sabi ko, sige, let's get some scholars from your end, So yun, we were invited, ako and Dr. Ryan. Of course, we're not going to be presenting the whole thing. We just wanted to tell them, like, this is something that you might want to consider because it's something new. It has never been done before. And she was more
Mm-mm.
excited when I showed him how to do the gua sha. Thanks for your lectures, Madam Triggs. It again inspired me.
Thanks.
Yeah, amazing talaga as in, no? So exciting. So we would like to teach them ear-seed acupressure, and I think that is already enough. Para walang tumaas ang kilay. But no, the trick here is we would teach them how to diagnose using the tongue and feel the pulse, because in the future, the the patients will already look for practitioners who will always create a change in their pulses. So but that's what we do, and so we're very excited. So yun. Tapos nagbabago yung tongue, yun. Pag hindi nagbago yung tongue, then you have to look for another practitioner. So let's go to the points for acupuncture, yung general points.
Okay. We need the GB20, do 20, LI4, GB34, spleen 6, stomach 36, and then do bloodletting in the ear apex and HTN groove.
Okay. Ako kasi medyo na-inlove na ako sa I would, okay, siguro, yan. So, I'll probably choose, 4 to 5 needles lang on each ear for ganun. And then we do the bloodletting. Oo. Kaya I'm excited to do this. Nice, no? Very basic.
Yes,
GB20,
very.
bladder 20. That's for the wind ito. And then do 20, tapos LI4, GB34, spleen 6, stomach 36. But again, ano to, generic ha? Generic to. This is only for as far as lowering the blood pressure is concerned. But if you want the patient to really stay with you forever, then you need to be able to explain to them that there are several patterns. Okay?
Mm-mm.
So what are the main symptoms here? So hypertension.
Dizziness is wind, headache, chi stagnation or yang rising. For nausea and or vomiting, it's rebellious chi caused by wind and yang rising.
Okay, so we only have three causative factors here, no? The wind, which is causing the dizziness, diba? And then chi stagnation or yang rising, which is causing the pain, the headache. And then the nausea or vomiting. This is rebellious chi caused by both the wind and yang rising. So yun. These are the main symptoms. So if the patient has hypertension, you will expect all of these symptoms to be present. So better check the blood pressure. Okay, let's talk about yang rising. No? Can you tell us more about it? Bakit umaakyat ang yang?
Yeah. Yang, right? It's a hyperactivity of the liver yang. The liver dominates the conducting and dispersing of chi movement.
Okay. So this is when the yin of the liver is so deficient, no? Or nagkaroon siya ng chi stagnation, di ba? And when the liver chi stagnates, it develops heat. And so that brings about yang rising. So we all know that the liver dominates the chi flow, no? Conducting and dispersing. Okay, can you tell us liver yang? What liver yang is all about?
Liver yang is the property of upward motion and causes chi and body fluids to ascend.
So yin and yang, no? When you say liver yang, it is the upward movement of the chi, no? And I mean, this is too much. It may even reach the head, no? Kaya if you have headache due to gallbladder or liver yang rising, nagkakaroon siya ng throbbing here, no? Pulsating. Number 19 is, tell us naman about liver yin.
Liver yin is the property of static motion and causes chi and blood and body fluids to descend.
Okay, compared to liver yang, liver yin is static, no? And this is responsible for the downward flow of the chi, blood, and body fluids. Okay? So if the liver yin is deficient, so hindi niya nakokontrol ngayon the upward movement of the chi or of the liver yang pala, yun. No? Now, tell us more about the balance of the liver yin and yang.
They are the two aspects mutually restrict and promote each other in order to maintain balance in the body.
Yes. So if you have an imbalance, you will have problems, no? Okay, tell us what happens during liver yang hyperactivity. Like, what does the patient, or what happens when you have hyperactivity of the liver yang, and what does the patient experience?
It triggers the chi and blood to ascend. Acceleration of chi movement produces wind evils. And then it can lead to symptoms of dizziness, tremors, or sudden blackout.
Yeah, dito nakakatakot, di ba?
Blackout.
Okay, so when you have hyperactivity of the liver yang, that means it is very overwhelming. It has affected the it has it's overwhelming, no? So there will be ascent of the chi and blood. And if the liver yang is uncontrolled, this causes wind. This generates wind. Diba? Can you imagine the liver yin is so deficient kasi matanda na yung pasyente.
Mm.
So can you see it? No. So if it's so the liver yang is so uncontrolled. So there is acceleration of the chi flow, and so this causes wind. No, and
Mm.
take note, when you have wind, you can have ano muna, sudden blackout muna. And then or pray na lang that it's only dizziness. But
Mm.
they're all leading to that. Parang nahihilo tuloy yung aking ulo. Kaya dizziness, the tremors, no? So that's why, yeah, so we can control the tremors if kaya pa. No? So yun. Okay. Okay. Tell us about wind naman.
Wind is an external pathogenic factor. Anything that comes and goes or sudden, triggered by heat or yang rising, commonly seen in disharmony of the liver zangfu, triggered or formed due to liver yang hyperactivity.
Okay. So if your liver is imbalanced because of your diet, because of your um you know
Emotions.
emotions, this the liver will be very vulnerable to the external pathogenic factor, which is wind. And wind here is
Mm.
more commonly the wind here that is commonly referred to is actually the heat, wind heat, no? So
Mm.
lalo na ngayon. Make sense?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And take note, it comes with the wind. Yung ano, the dampness
Mm.
pala, sorry, dampness. Especially for tropical countries like the Philippines. So good luck. Okay. Now there is such thing as wind indeficiency. This should be wind indeficiency. Um, so they call it wind deficiency. So that means the wind is brought about by a deficiency condition. And what is the medical counterpart of this?
Arteriosclerosis,
Yes. When
seen
you have
in
Yeah, so when you have atherosclerosis, that means you have hardening of the arteries, no? So when you have hardening of the arteries, so there is definitely an impediment in the flow. So magkakaroon
like
ng deficiency. And if you have blood deficiency, you will generate wind.
mm,
Kasi may void eh. You get what I
mm-mm,
my void.
mm-mm,
So there. Okay, it's called wind deficiency or deficiency wind. I think the
mm,
better term should be deficiency wind. Kasi parang confusing because you know why? Wind is already excess, right? So
mm-mm.
I think it should be deficiency wind. My bad. Okay, number 24. Okay, what about chronic internal wind? Can you tell us what causes this? Remember, this is chronic, no? This is something that has been
Um,
there already for quite some time. So, yun. What causes it? What, yeah.
uh, the patterns, liver yang rising, liver yin deficiency, liver blood deficiency, and body fluids deficiency.
Yes. So I think Kaya nangunguna liver yang rising. And also when you have liver yang deficiency, kaya people with dry eyes, you also have to be very careful, no? Tapos liver blood deficiency when you have blurred vision, night blindness, no? And also women,
Mm.
especially who have scanty menstruation. So when you get older, yun. Body fluids, this is more of dehydration, I think, no? So this can also bring up, ito na kaya you open the portals for the for the ano ba to? For the summer heat, no?
Mm-mm.
Yes. Now, tell us more about liver yang rising. Like, what are the symptoms that you have to watch out for? And what do you think is the number one cause of liver yang rising?
Number one, it's emotions.
Yes.
And then causes tremors, dizziness, mouth deviation, hemiplegia, and sudden
Okay,
fainting.
pili lang sila dito, no? I've seen some people, especially sa anger nila, nagtatremor na. Oo, namatay din
Oh,
siya.
yes.
Oo. Kaya if there are people who are against you, don't mind them. Maybe you are too sikat already. Pinanganak silang maganda. So yun. Or baka bobo sila. So yun. Kaya I don't let emotions really affect me. Kasi my God,
Mm.
you can have a stroke. No?
Yes.
It would be very embarrassing. Diba? So yun. So there's dizziness, of course. And the dizziness here is caused by the wind, right? The mouth, oh
Mm.
wow. Pag nag-deviate na yung mouth. Kaya nga ako every day, I would always look at my tongue in front of the mirror. Wag ka naruto. Kasi there are patients
Naka-deviated.
talagang when they stick out their tongue, talagang nagdi-deviate na siya. And that's quite alarming, no? Hemiplegia, half of the body is not in good condition. Okay? Some people just ignore it, no? Sabi nila matanda na daw, gano'n. Can you imagine walang
Mm.
feeling yung isang kalahati, no? And also sudden. So pag sudden fainting, automatic na, liver yang rising. So, next, what about liver yin deficiency?
It generates wind. So there's twitching, cramping, tremor, and involuntary limb movements.
Okay. This is more about movement already, no? So when you have, of course, when you have liver blood deficiency, pupunta muna siya ng liver yin deficiency before siya mag-cause ng tremors, ng cramping, twitching. You know, twitching, yung mga gumagalaw-galaw.
Mm, magalaw.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope everyone is listening. No? And then what about liver blood deficiency? It also generates wind pala. Okay.
Um, yes, it generates wind, spleen chi deficiency, or loss of blood or chronic illness.
Mhm.
So it numbs the skin and muscles. So there's sticks and tensed
Yeah.
muscles.
And this is very, very important because I think the reason why liver blood is deficient because it has no blood to store. Why?
Mm.
Because of spleen chi
Spleen
deficiency.
chi deficiency.
Mhm. Or nagkaroon ka ng bleeding or you have chronic illness. So for those
Mm.
people who have been chronically ill, who have been hospitalized for like quite some time, on and off
Mm.
the hospital, they're prone to have liver blood deficiency. And um, of course, no, it makes sense. If there is no blood generated by the spleen, blood and chi generated by the spleen, diba?
Mhm.
So it will affect the liver because the liver has no blood to store. So what happens is this will have wind. And also the eyes are the
Dry.
yeah, hindi lang. Blurring of vision. There will also be floaters. Okay.
Mm.
Body fluids deficiency.
It generates blood dryness, so it dries the skin, the scaly and flaky skin.
Okay. That is why if your moisturizers don't work anymore, kasi yung iba, gamit ng gamit ng moisturizer, dry pa rin yung skin. You may actually be just camouflaging what is the real problem, no? So I think the best thing to do here would be to check the tongue, right?
Mm.
Okay. Rebellious chi. What do you mean by rebellious chi?
Rebellious chi is the movement of chi goes to the opposite direction.
Yeah. Instead of the normal flow, normal chi direction. Okay. What happens in nausea and vomiting? Can you explain what happens here?
The chi in the stomach should go down, but it rebels up.
Okay, so this is basically rebellious chi. You know what? I have a very good experience with the kasi no di ba, it's very common. GERD is very common. So I tried to read more about it, and I know I have learned that it's so important to consider the chong or the penetrating channel. And this is where you get to use spleen 4 and pericardium 6. Nako, you should try it. And then we have kidney 11
to 21.
21. Wow, memorize. Grabe. Okay,
2
next.
days pa na kasi sinabi.
Ano pa ulit-ulit eh.
Naalala
Ay,
ko.
alam mo, you should try it talaga. You'll have, I had a couple, both of them, had the same problem. So, natuwa ako. At least we were able to see patients two in one. Kasi dalawa lang yung bed. So, in-maximize na. Alam nga naman, iwalayin mo pa, di ba? And I was so lucky because they both have the same problem. But of course, and they're happy. Okay. So, hacking dry.
Actually, madaming may GERD nga.
Oo.
Madami akong kilala may
Oo.
GERD.
Oo. Ay, nako. You should try that protocol. Nilagay ko yun sa aking ano eh. Sige, meron pang dagdag eh. Mga REN 9, REN, pa ba yun? REN 1. REN 1, so alam na naman, inil mo yung REN 1 sa body. No? I needled the ear. REN 1.
The ear.
Ay, nako. Ay, REN 1, REN 3. Nako, you should not forget that. REN 1, REN 3. And we all know that kidney 16 is at the level of the umbilicus, 0.5 soon from the midline, no? So 16 to 21, and then 16 to 11, pababa. Oh, bilateral. Mataga, kaya i-practice niya talaga mabilis kasi sayang sa oras, no? Okay, let's talk about the hacking cough or productive cough or wheezing. This is another example of rebellious chi. What happens here?
The chi and the lungs should go down, but it rebels upwards.
So that is an example of rebellious chi as well. What about in loose bowel movement?
Loose bowel movement. The chi and the spleen, small, and the large intestine should go sideways, but it rebels down.
Sideways, no? Kasi kailangan, pero bumababa. So, nasasayang. Walang nutrients na nakukuha. Okay, how does hypertension develop?
A complex of chronic processes due to a combined effect of emotional stimulations, internal injuries, improper diet, and constitutional factors. Factors disturb chi and blood activities and weaken the body's regulatory functions.
Yes. So this is very complex and a chronic process. And it's usually a combination of, emotional stimulation. Kaya ako, I've learned how to just ignore.
Sobrang laking factor ng emotions.
Ay, oo, number one talaga, as in.
Number one.
Oo. And yung para hindi ka sana mamamatay, namatay ka na, or a wheelchair, no? Internal injuries. Tinitingnan ko ngayon yung mga wrap, di ba yung mga malls, yung mga wrap, sabi ko, oh my God, it's so ano, di ba? Like,
Mm-mm.
kakaawa. Okay. So let's teach people how to empower themselves. No?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us more about the internal pathogens?
And the evils, wind, fire, phlegm, and blood stasis can give rise to a variety of disharmony patterns.
Yes. So wind, fire, wind, we all know that it's
Phlegm.
very, no, pag may internal wind ka. And this is brought about by liver blood deficiency, liver yang rising, di ba? Liver yin deficiency, meron pang isa. um,
Liver.
yung dehydration, no? Kaya drink pa more. By the way, people should never drink cold water talaga, no? I've heard of some
Mm-mm.
after drinking one, yung pala 1 liter niya, ang lamig-lamig, iced.
Baka ano, with, ice.
Diuretic, tapos tamis-tamis. Doesn't make sense. Dapat talaga ano lang, room temperature din. Saka huwag
Mm.
mabilis mag-inom, 'di ba?
I
Mabibigla.
I used to drink super cold talaga before. Kaya hindi natatanggal yung frozen shoulder ko dati.
Oo, lalo
Ngayon wala
lumalala.
na siya. Ngayon
Yeah.
wala na siya. Hindi na
Wow,
bumabalik.
congrats. So tulungan mo naman yung ibang may frozen shoulder.
Kaya nga eh. On remission. Yung frozen shoulder.
Okay. Tell us about the liver and kidney systems and their role in the development of hypertension.
Internally, usually affected in the development of hypertension.
Okay. So take note, we use the word system. So that means we're not referring to the kidney organ or the liver organ alone, no? So like the liver, you have to take note of the eyes, the joints, the tendons, right? The kidney naman, the ears, the hearing, no?
Mm.
And the back and the knees. Ano ba yung kidney? Yung buhok mo.
Yes, the hair.
Yeah. So let's talk about essential hypertension. Um, what are the factors that bring this about? Like, what do we need to really look into? No? Kasi nga, sabi nga nila, wala siyang cause. But in Chinese medicine, we're looking at factors that were already there before you were born.
Mm. So we have to consider the prenatal qi, the essence, the diet, and the stomach and spleen zhangfu.
Okay. So if you have a patient diagnosed by the MD as essential, no, you might want to consider these things. Kaya,
Mhm.
um, kaya these people end up having other issues as well, no? Can you imagine the essence? Essence is something that, it's a combination of prenatal and the postnatal. And of course, the diet, no? Um, then the Zangfu, stomach and spleen. Okay, so for secondary hypertension, what are the two possible um, factors that bring this about?
The kidney zhangfu and the kidney yang. Oh, yes,
That's
and
kidney
kidney
down.
yin deficiency. Kidney
Okay.
zhangfu and kidney yin
Yeah.
deficiency.
So when you say kidney Zangfu, because um, you were referring to the organ, and we all know that the kidney cannot stand alone. It has to rely on the liver, on the heart, ano pa, the lungs. Pati
Mm.
spleen niya, yeah, spleen din, di ba? Parang practically all the organs are,
Organs. Yes.
yeah.
They're all
Yes.
interconnected.
So can you imagine if someone has spleen yang deficiency? So this definitely affects the kidney yang as well. Or if someone has kidney issue already, like kidney parating nalalamigan, so you cannot expect to have a very good digestive system, right?
Mm.
Yang is very deficient. In the same manner as like when you kidney and the heart, no? they have to be
Mhm.
communicating, no? Then the kidney and the lung, the mother, yun. Because the kidney, if it is unable to, ano ba to? It should be able to anchor the chi of the lung, right?
Mm.
So
The
affected.
lungs.
Kaya we have also ubo. Kaya do not just, ignore the ubo. So can you tell us the pathogenesis of hypertension in
Um, Hyperactivity of liver yang. It's and then liver wind and turbid phlegm attack and imbalance of yin and yang.
so it's like this. When you say pathogenesis, how the disease developed, how the problem developed. So it's genesis, diba? So first,
Mm.
nag-hyperactive ang liver yang. Okay? And then uh you will now have liver wind and turbid phlegm attack. Okay? Because when you have too much heat already, it can gel. It can how do you call this? Nagkakaroon ka ng phlegm, right? Mm. And also you can have liver wind. And so you'll have imbalance of yin and yang. So that's what we mean by this question. So again, let's go back to hyperactivity of liver yang.
Um, the body develops a tendency to excess yang. There's emotional disturbances induced stagnation of liver qi.
Mhm.
Then depression, anger, tension, and excessive thinking. Chronic deficiency of the kidney yin occurs. The element water fails to nourish the wood element.
Okay. So the pathogenesis, because the liver yang is hyperactive, you have excess yang. And as you can see,
Mm.
the number one cause is emotions, no? Because this
Mm.
can induce liver qi stagnation.
Stagnation.
Mhm. And we know for that liver and the kidney they have a mutual relationship. So if the liver is so deficient in yin, no, kasi nga sobrang taas na ng liver yang, this can affect the kidney yin, right? Nababankrupt si kidney yin kasi puro na lang siya bigay ng bigay. Make sense?
Mother, si mother fails to nourish.
Yes. Fails talaga, naubos na. Kasi grabe, liver yang na nga eh. Hyperactive yung liver yang na may imbalance na. What about liver qi stagnation?
It will transform into fire evil to impair the yin.
Okay. Um, when the qi stagnates, nagiging fire siya. So, pag naging fire na siya, it will affect the yin. Same thing. What about liver wind and turbid phlegm attacking upwards?
Um, the internal wind and phlegm can easily be generated. Evils disturb the meridian activities and affect the chi and blood flowing to the brain and can result in consciousness or numbness of limbs, a serious symptoms of hypertension.
Okay. When you say consciousness of the limbs, alam mo na, parang may ano, ito na yung mga
Mm,
pins
siya.
and parang ramdam na ramdam mo yung mga paa mo, na yung paa mo talaga is, kasi you're not supposed to be mindful of it eh. No?
Mm-mm.
Ay nako, parang, when I started walking,
Walang pakiramdam.
wala na yung ganon, yung super conscious ka sa limb mo. Oh my God, really symptoms but of hypertension. Okay. Pero,
Nagsisirculate na yung chi.
nothing is too late. Yeah. And I thank you pala for the advice. I did a lot of stretching before walking.
Before the walking.
Yes. 10,000
Nice.
steps all the morning.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have something in my ear. Nagpe-pray na rin ako at the same time yung Bible. And then of course the music when you go. Anyway, um saka sarap pala mag-walk, no? Especially if you receive some you don't easily react and then you always look at positive. Tapos nag-introduce pa si Doc Ryan, ng isang magandang makakainan na naman. Ano ko, you should come here. You know, the owner, ay, sige na, bahala na. Ah, ay my God. It's one of the best pad thais I have tried. And there,
Oh,
it's it's
Thai
not
restaurant.
expensive restaurant. Both Thai and Vietnamese. Oh, di ba? Oh,
Fusion.
yeah, fusion. And then pipili ka, we have
Fusion.
Thai at Vietnam. Kai Ban? Dito lang yata yon kasi sabi niya nag-train siya. Ang galing nga, and then personalized talaga
Mm-mm.
yung service. Oo, ang bilis namin siguro healthy na kami. Tiyan. Uy, pero wala siyang, ay, we didn't eat la pala rice. Ay, oo nga pala. Because, pad thai,
Noodles na
pad
yun
thai.
in
Noodles na yun
Taipei.
eh. Oh.
Oo.
Let's avoid rice na. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So, you see ang galing mag-generate ng internal wind and phlegm. Of course, yung mga pinagkakain natin. And the evils will disturb the meridian activities. Kaya pala nagkakaroon ng vertigo. Actually, vertigo is unfolds under dizziness in Chinese medicine. Did you know that?
Mm.
Kaya wala kang makikitang vertigo na TCM pattern. It's dizziness pa rin.
Mm-mm.
Okay?
Oo.
Wow. Hala. Consciousness or numbness of the limbs will lead to serious symptoms. These are serious symptoms of hypertension.
Mm-mm.
Oh, the more I should,
Numb na.
Yeah, oh my God. Okay. Paano na lang kung di na tayo nag-webinar? Oh my God.
Huwag naman.
Okay, let's go to blood flow distribution and phlegm accumulation. Body fluids pala.
Overconsumption.
Body fluids,
Ayan
sorry.
na.
That's body fluids. Sorry about that.
Body.
That's body fluids, hindi
Um,
flow.
yes.
Yeah,
So
please.
there overconsumption of greasy food and drinks,
Mm.
spleen malfunction, lung weakness, fails to promote fluids disturbing throughout the body, facilitates accumulated body fluids to transform into phlegm, kidney weakness, causes fluids to build up in the body and transform into phlegm.
Okay. So one of the reasons pala magkakaroon ka ng phlegm is when you're weak, when your kidneys are weak then, no?
Weak.
So, at saka di ba kidney 1, you have the kidney channel. Nakakatulong talaga,
Mm-mm.
no? Saka parang feeling ko talaga magaan na. Fails to come. Uy, mag-walking na kayo para hindi
Kidney,
ma-stroke.
kidney 3 yata.
Yeah. At saka kidney, spleen, ano pa yung isa, liver, no? At saka pag mahina yung lungs mo, saka pwede mo naman improve yung lungs mo by treating the spleen. So you do a lot of walking and then you can breathe better. Next,
Yes.
what happens pag excess ng body fluids?
Predisposed to phlegm formation and accumulation.
Of course, this is obvious. Imbalance of yin and yang.
The essence stored in the kidney becomes depleted.
Yeah. Why? Because especially when you have yin deficiency, what will happen is you will have to withdraw from your lifetime savings, like essence.
The
So, kaya
essence.
tatanda ka ng madali. Okay, so what causes
No.
us to lose our kidneys? When we overwork, and also when you have too much emotional issues. Sana all.
Fear. Ano ba ba?
Alam nyo, talagang kinarina ni Dr. Ryan ang emotions and the heart. Katawa na siya ng tawa ngayon.
Di ba too much happiness din masama?
Um, you tell him that. Kasi alam ko nag-i-inject siya ng insulin after eating. So, parang mula ako nakita. Okay, wag na lang. Okay. The center of the body's yin and yang This is the congenital foundation. It is the origin of life. Kaya we have to take care of this, diba? Kasi once this organ gets, once this organ fails, it's a lifetime thing. Expensive, no?
Mhm.
What
So
is,
the kidney,
the kidney.
kidney is the
Okay. This pattern tends to occur in the lower body.
yin deficiency.
Yeah. Kaya nagkakaroon ng mga pains. Kaya nga, if you
Yeah.
have like knee pain, knee pains,
Mhm.
and also, may sasabihin pala ako, pero wag na lang kasi hahaba pa. Oo, kasi I was so happy dahil siguro pati yung ano mo talaga, no, yung intent mo na gumaling siya, nakakatulong siya.
Mm.
Tends to occur in the upper body.
Yang deficiency.
Okay. If you have issues with the upper body, it's yang deficiency. Clinical features ng hypertension. Non-specific.
Non-specific is dizziness, headache, accompanying signs or associated with particular disharmony patterns.
So come to think of it, no, this is something like I don't think people will immediately think of hypertension. They have dizziness and headache, no? Um,
Oo nga, paano kung walang dizziness and headache pero may hypertension? Pwede ba yun?
uh, yes. Pero I think ganito yan. Some people kasi would just take it for granted. I don't believe na wala talaga siyang symptoms. Siguro, there is such thing.
Meron but not
Oo.
light.
Slightly dizzy
High
lang.
tolerance in pain.
Oo.
To pain pala.
Yeah.
Oh, high tolerance.
Yeah.
Ay,
Ay,
Doc
hello,
Shex.
madam. What's
Hi,
up, madam
Ma'am
eh?
Chex. Good afternoon.
Ay, si madam ano. Yeah. Sino yun, Ma'am Trix?
Doc Shex.
Si Doc She. Bakit parang ang tapang ng boses? Joke. Hello, Doc She.
Hello po. Good afternoon.
Ay, wow. Parang bago lang siya nag-lift ng weights. Okay.
Di, bukas pa schedule ko.
Ay, wow. Oo.
Hindi, tama talaga yung sinabi ni Ma'am Chex, Doc. Di ba yung sinabi ko sa'yo nakaraan na may mga patients po talaga na pumupunta ng clinic na
Pero
200
walang
over,
symptoms.
walang symptoms. Tatanungin ko, hindi ka po ba nahihilo or anything? So, wala po talaga akong nararamdaman. So,
Actually,
yun.
siguro meron siya pero bearable lang siya. Like, I think people will just ignore pag konti lang yung dizziness, or headache. Or baka naman, nag-numb na yung ulo niya. Yeah. Let's go to yang pattern. Like if you have a patient presenting with a yang pattern, what do you expect to see?
There's flushed face, bitter taste in the mouth, irritability, yellowish urine, or constipation.
So those are all signs of heat. What about, what exactly is a disharmony pattern?
Disharmony pattern. It's a complex pattern of signs and symptoms that manifest a given stage of the disease. Diagnosis signifies that it has progressed to a stage where complications or organ damages have already occurred.
Okay. This is what makes TCM very, very interesting, no? Okay, did you get the point? No? There's such thing kasi as before stage 1, and that will not manifest as positive sa mga tests. Okay? So, most likely, meron na siyang nangyari sa organ. So, if you do not do anything about it, lalala yung issue. Okay. This is called the foundation of TCM. No? Kaya this is like, if you've noticed, we've exhausted every resource that we have for this kind of how do you call it? This kind of skill. What do you call it? The foundation.
That's syndrome identification.
Yeah, or pattern differentiation. Okay, or pattern discrimination. So kailangan talaga alam mo yung syndrome. So the common acupuncture points that are commonly used in hypertension. Common.
Liver 2, GB38, LI4, liver 3, Taiyang, GB20, liver,
Yeah.
gallbladder 38, LI4, ayun pa ulit.
Oo.
Ayan, yun.
So tingnan mo, liver 2 and 3, and then gallbladder 38, and then LI4,
LI4.
the external pathogenic factor, para hindi ka affected ng ano. Siguro maganda if like once a week you can do this. No?
Do this for maintenance.
Oo nga. Kaya magtuturo na ako ng somebody who will do it for me. Oh my God. Sayang.
I do the 4 gates once a week
Okay.
for maintenance.
Magandang feeling, no? Let's talk about liver 2. What does liver 2 do?
It brings liver yang down, clears liver fire, spreads the liver chi, calms the internal liver wind, clears heat and blood heat, stops bleeding, benefits the lower burner fire point. It's a sedation point also. A major point for excess syndromes of the liver, especially the liver fire.
Okay. What about gallbladder 38? When do we use it? Like, what are the indications and what are its functions? Actions pala, sorry.
There's migraine, pain of the upper canthus, swelling and pain in the axillary region, distension and pain in the chest and hypochondrium, weakness, numbness, and pain of the lower extremities. It activates the meridian, harmonizes the Shaoyang, benefits the sinews and bones. It clears heat, relieves pain. It's the Jing River point of the gallbladder meridian.
Yes, Jing River.
Jing River.
Your migraine pala, no? And to think that it's GB38. The Jing River.
Jing River.
It's nice to be doing this.
Nice.
And also the location of the GB38.
On the lateral aspect of the lower leg, 4 cm above the tip of the external malleolus. Slightly anterior to the anterior border of the fibula.
Okay, so fortune above the tip of the
Fortune.
lateral malleolus. What about LI4? Why do we use LI4 commonly? Like, yeah, why is it commonly used?
It expels wind and releases the exterior, tonifies the chi and strengthens immunity, stops pain, regulates face and head area, induces labor.
Oh, diba? Kahit hindi ka buntis, mag-imagine ka na. Ay, wow, this is exciting, no? Regulates the face and head area. So, kailan, I don't like the feeling of needling my own LI4. I'll probably ask somebody to needle me.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling.
Naman.
I don't know.
I
love
naman.
them. Like I like seeing them, especially when I teach them how to needle. Sige, yung needle LI4, they will all look at me with fear.
Hindi naman siya masakit. Mas masakit yung
No, it's it's not masakit. It's the chi. It's the dachi. Parang nagugulat.
Oh yeah, the Dutch.
Don't make it too deep lang.
Hindi naman. Oo, it's not. Parang 0.5 to 1.
Okay. Oh, ay, 0.5. Oo nga. Kasi pag 1-2 na, parang
0.5 to
iba.
medyo
Nakakakilig. Okay, where's the location of LI4 for the benefit of everyone?
It's on the dorsum of the hand between the first and second metacarpal bones in the middle of the second metacarpal bone on the radial side.
Okay.
Or yung parang highest point no ano pag
When you
kinlose
you
mo
do
eh.
like this, the highest point there.
Yeah, the highest point. So talking.
What about liver 3?
Spreads liver qi, clears the head, benefits the eyes, nourishes the liver, blood, and liver yin, calms spasms, alleviates pain, and regulates menstruation and the lower burn.
Okay. Taiyang, what are the indications for Taiyang?
Yeah. For there's headache, vertigo, and insomnia.
And the location?
Location of Taiyang in the depression of temples, one finger breadth posterior to midpoint between lateral end of the eyebrow and the outer canthus.
So here, no? 1 finger breath. Okay. Malamdaman mo naman because there's a depression.
Oh,
Location of gallbladder 20.
on the nape below the occiput at the level of Do16 in the depression between the upper portion of the sternocleidomastoid and trapezius muscles.
And what are the treatment principles for hypertension?
Treatment principles besides lowering blood pressure steadily, reduce blood pressure variability and risk factors, protect hypertension target organs from the impairment, modulate factors which make it difficult to control blood pressures, reduce the dosage of Western medicine, and abate the adverse reactions, relieve symptoms to improve the patient's quality of life, improve long term survival, and reduce morbidity and mortality maximally.
Yeah. So we are not simply lowering the blood pressure. We also need to address the risk factors and the variability. And also we protect the organs. So this is where back shoe points are very, very important. And then you modulate the factors that can make control of the blood pressures very difficult. To be able to reduce the dosage of the meds and abate the adverse reactions, relieve symptoms. So if we can train our practitioners how to do this like this, no? So we need to collaborate with the Western physician. So you need to educate them as well, no? Improve long-term survival and reduce morbidity and mortality maximally. Okay, next time we shall be dealing with how to actually treat each pattern, each particular pattern using the specific points. And you need to also remember what are the most important points that we need to be using. Okay, so stand by, mamaya. I'll be posting the 2, 3, 4, and 5, no? For the next 4 Wednesdays. Maraming
Okay.
salamat po.